Exploring the dynamics, liberal temperament versus conservative temperament. In the realm of politics and ideology, the clash between liberal and conservative temperaments has long been a cornerstone of societal discourse. These temperaments represent not just political affiliations, but deeply ingrained psychological and philosophical outlooks that shape individuals' worldviews and approaches to life. While the terms liberal and conservative carry different meanings across cultures and contexts, examining their respective temperaments provides insight into the underlying values and attitudes that drive these ideologies. Liberal temperament. At its core, the liberal temperament is characterized by a propensity for change, openness to new experiences, and a commitment to progress and equality. Individuals with a liberal temperament tend to prioritize personal freedoms, social justice, and inclusivity. They often exhibit a high tolerance for ambiguity and complexity, embracing diversity in thought and lifestyle. One of the hallmarks of the liberal temperament is a strong emphasis on empathy and compassion. Liberals are inclined to advocate for policies and initiatives aimed at addressing societal inequalities and improving the welfare of marginalized groups. They prioritize collective well-being and are more likely to support government intervention to achieve social and economic equity. Furthermore, liberals typically exhibit a willingness to challenge tradition and question authority. They value critical thinking, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge. This inclination toward intellectual curiosity and skepticism can lead liberals to embrace change and adaptability in various aspects of life, including social norms, technology, and cultural practices. Conservative temperament. In contrast, the conservative temperament is rooted in a preference for stability, tradition, and order. Individuals with a conservative temperament often prioritize continuity, hierarchy, and preservation of established institutions and values. They place a premium on personal responsibility, self-discipline, and respect for authority. One of the defining characteristics of the conservative temperament is a strong attachment to tradition and cultural heritage. Conservatives value the wisdom of the past and seek to conserve time-honored customs, beliefs, and institutions. This inclination toward preservation fosters a sense of continuity and belonging within society, providing a stable foundation for individuals and communities. Moreover, conservatives tend to exhibit skepticism toward rapid change and a preference for gradual, incremental progress. They prioritize the preservation of social norms and traditional values, viewing them as essential for maintaining social cohesion and moral order. This cautious approach to societal transformation often translates into a reluctance to embrace radical reforms or expansive government intervention. Dynamics and interplay. While the liberal and conservative temperaments represent distinct psychological profiles, it is essential to recognize that they exist along a continuum rather than as mutually exclusive categories. Individuals may exhibit a blend of liberal and conservative traits, and their temperamental inclinations can vary depending on the context and issue at hand. Furthermore, the interplay between liberal and conservative temperaments is integral to the functioning of democratic societies. Healthy debate and dialogue between individuals with divergent viewpoints contribute to the refinement of policies and the advancement of society as a whole. Both liberals and conservatives bring valuable perspectives to the table, offering insights that enrich public discourse and inform decision-making processes. However, the polarized nature of contemporary politics has exacerbated tensions between liberal and conservative camps, often leading to ideological gridlock and social fragmentation. In an era marked by tribalism and ideological extremism, fostering mutual understanding and respect between individuals with differing temperamental orientations is more crucial than ever. The clash between liberal and conservative temperaments reflects fundamental differences in values, attitudes, and approaches to life. While liberals prioritize change, progress, and social justice, conservatives emphasize stability, tradition, and personal responsibility. Understanding the dynamics between these temperaments is essential for promoting constructive dialogue and fostering a more inclusive and resilient society. Ultimately, bridging the divide between liberal and conservative perspectives requires empathy, humility, and a commitment to finding common ground. By embracing the diversity of temperamental orientations within society, we can harness the collective wisdom and creativity needed to address the complex challenges of the modern world and build a more equitable and harmonious future. Liberals advocate for a variety of policies and initiatives aimed at achieving social and economic equity. Here are some examples. 1. Progressive taxation. Liberals often support progressive tax policies, where higher income earners are taxed at a higher rate than lower income earners. This approach aims to redistribute wealth and reduce income inequality, by ensuring that those who can afford to contribute more do so while providing support for those with lower incomes. 2. Universal healthcare. Liberals often advocate for universal healthcare systems, where access to healthcare services is guaranteed to all citizens regardless of their ability to pay. By providing healthcare as a basic right, universal systems aim to reduce disparities in healthcare access and outcomes, improve public health, and mitigate the financial burden of medical expenses on individuals and families. 3. Social safety nets. Liberals support robust social safety net programs, including unemployment insurance, food assistance, housing assistance, and other forms of social welfare. These programs help mitigate the impact of economic downturns, provide support for individuals and families facing financial hardship, and reduce poverty and inequality. 4. Minimum wage laws. Liberals often advocate for raising the minimum wage to ensure that all workers earn a livable income. By increasing the minimum wage, liberals aim to lift people out of poverty, reduce income inequality, and provide greater economic security for low-wage workers and their families. 5. Equal pay legislation. Liberals support policies aimed at achieving gender and racial pay equity, such as equal pay laws and measures to address pay discrimination in the workplace. These efforts seek to ensure that all individuals receive fair and equitable compensation for their work, regardless of their gender, race, or other characteristics. 6. Investments in education. Liberals prioritize investments in education, including funding for public schools, early childhood education programs, and higher education affordability initiatives. By improving access to quality education for all individuals, liberals aim to reduce disparities in educational attainment and promote social mobility. 7. Affordable housing initiatives. Liberals advocate for policies to increase access to affordable housing, such as subsidies for low-income housing, rent control measures, and programs to address homelessness. These initiatives aim to ensure that everyone has access to safe and affordable housing, regardless of their income level. 8. Labor rights and protections. Liberals support strengthening labor rights and protections, such as the right to unionize, fair labor standards, and workplace safety regulations. These efforts aim to empower workers, improve working conditions, and reduce income inequality by ensuring that workers have a voice in the workplace and are treated fairly by employers. Overall, these policies and initiatives reflect liberals' commitment to promoting social and economic equity, reducing disparities, and building a more just and inclusive society. If you found value so far in this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to support this channel. Please share across social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Let's explore some concrete examples of how the liberal and conservative temperaments manifest in real-world scenarios. 1. Climate change policy. Liberal approach. Liberals tend to advocate for aggressive action to combat climate change, such as implementing regulations to limit carbon emissions, investing in renewable energy sources, and participating in international agreements like the Paris Climate Accord. They emphasize the urgency of addressing climate change as a global crisis requiring immediate and collective action. Conservative approach. Conservatives may approach climate change policy with skepticism, preferring market-based solutions and emphasizing the importance of economic growth and energy independence. They may prioritize deregulation and reliance on traditional energy sources such as fossil fuels, expressing concern about the potential economic impact of stringent environmental regulations. 2. Healthcare reform. Liberal approach. Liberals often support comprehensive healthcare reform aimed at achieving universal coverage, such as the Affordable Care Act, ACA, in the United States. They emphasize the importance of ensuring access to healthcare as a fundamental human right, and advocate for government intervention to expand coverage, reduce costs, and improve healthcare outcomes for all citizens. Conservative approach. Conservatives may approach healthcare reform with a preference for market-driven solutions and limited government intervention. They may advocate for policies that promote consumer choice, competition among healthcare providers, and privatization of certain aspects of the healthcare system. Conservatives may express concern about government overreach and the potential negative consequences of large-scale healthcare reform initiatives. 3. Immigration policy. Liberal approach. Liberals often advocate for more inclusive and humanitarian immigration policies, such as providing a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, implementing protections for refugees and asylum seekers, and prioritizing family reunification. They emphasize the contributions of immigrants to society and advocate for policies that uphold human rights and dignity. Conservative approach. Conservatives may approach immigration policy with a focus on border security, law enforcement, and national sovereignty. They may support measures to strengthen border security, enforce immigration laws, and prioritize the interests of native-born citizens. Conservatives may express concerns about the potential impact of immigration on job opportunities, public safety, and cultural cohesion. 4. Education reform. Liberal approach. Liberals often advocate for education reform measures aimed at promoting equity, access, and quality in the education system. They may support increased funding for public schools, initiatives to reduce class sizes and improve teacher quality, and programs to address disparities in educational resources and outcomes. Liberals may also advocate for policies to expand access to early childhood education and higher education, such as universal pre-K programs and tuition-free college proposals. They emphasize the importance of investing in education as a means of promoting social mobility and reducing inequality. Conservative approach. Conservatives may approach education reform with an emphasis on choice, competition, and local control. They may support school choice initiatives, such as charter schools and voucher programs, to provide parents with alternatives to traditional public schools. Conservatives may also advocate for reducing federal involvement in education policy, and giving states and local communities greater autonomy to design and implement their education systems. They may prioritize accountability measures, such as standardized testing and merit-based teacher evaluations, to ensure academic rigor and accountability in the education system. Conservatives may emphasize the importance of instilling traditional values and academic standards in schools, including a focus on patriotism, character development, and the teaching of core subjects like history, math, and science. Bridging the divide between liberal and conservative perspectives requires proactive engagement and a commitment to fostering mutual understanding and respect. Here are some suggestions for how individuals can promote constructive dialogue and bridge the gap in their own lives. 1. Listen with empathy. Take the time to listen to individuals with different perspectives without judgment or preconceived notions. Seek to understand their values, concerns, and experiences, even if you disagree with their opinions. Empathetic listening can help build trust and create space for meaningful dialogue. 2. Find common ground. Look for areas of common ground and shared values with individuals who hold different political views. Focus on shared goals and aspirations, such as a desire for a thriving economy, a safe and secure community, or a healthy environment. Highlighting commonalities can help bridge divides and foster cooperation. 3. Engage in civil discourse. Practice respectful and constructive communication when discussing political issues. Avoid personal attacks, inflammatory language, and stereotypes. Instead, focus on presenting your viewpoints with clarity and openness to feedback. Encourage others to do the same, creating an environment conducive to productive dialogue. 4. Seek information from diverse sources. Challenge yourself to seek out information from a variety of sources, including those that represent different political perspectives. Expose yourself to diverse viewpoints and perspectives to gain a more comprehensive understanding of complex issues. Critical thinking and intellectual curiosity are essential for bridging ideological divides. 5. Participate in community building. Get involved in local community initiatives and activities that bring people together across political divides. Volunteer for community service projects, participate in neighborhood associations, or join civic organizations focused on common interests. Building connections and relationships with people from diverse backgrounds can help break down barriers and promote unity. 6. Lead by example. Model respectful and inclusive behavior in your online and offline interactions with others. Be willing to engage in difficult conversations with empathy and openness, even when it feels challenging. By demonstrating a commitment to dialogue and understanding, you can inspire others to follow suit and contribute to a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. By taking proactive steps to bridge the divide between liberal and conservative perspectives in our own lives, we can contribute to a more inclusive and harmonious society. Let us strive to cultivate empathy, foster dialogue, and work together to find common ground on the issues that matter most to us all. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel for more self-improvement videos. Comment below to tell us how useful you found this video. Remember to share on various social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Click the notification bell to get notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.